I didn't play any music. I was up doing something really quick, as per usual, when I make stuff like this, and it didn't play any music. It played one song, and then it just stopped. I guess maybe it played more than one song. Hopefully, it played more than one song. If it didn't, oops. Oh well, it's just the way it be sometimes. It's just the way it is. Okay, we're back with Crow Country. I might be able to beat it this time. I don't know. I get the vibe that we are approaching the final area. I have reason to believe that. In which case, this is shaping up to be a nice, short, sweet little game. It'll be pretty short if that's the case. But then again, there might still be some big revelatory stuff ahead of us. So we'll just have to wait and see. Last time, we started to piece together that Mara may not be a cop. It's pretty much 100% sure she is not, in fact, an investigator or a cop or anything. It seems like she's just like a 17-year-old with a gun. Potentially. Because a 17-year-old's shoes fit her, and also, her hair is dyed purple, which means it's actually naturally a different color. The actual person who was hired to come and respond to the missing persons case actually showed up, and we met that guy. And then the fact that every single person we meet is like, "Hey, aren't you a little young?" And she's like, "I'm old enough." She's like, "I'm old enough to be walking around this place holding a gun." Cool for her. Clearly she is somebody else, presumably Elaine. That's the theory. That's my theory right now. Pretty strong theory. Pretty good reason to believe that she is actually Elaine. She has the same colored eyes and the same eye shape. Like, her eyes look exactly the same as the girl Elaine in the picture that was attached to that Julie, the lawyer, came in and delivered with a bunch of other stuff, like the news article and also a summons, because Edward Crowe needs to come forward with more information about what the heck happened to the girl Elaine, who got bitten by something or attacked by something while she was here with her family. Also, just the fact that our character Mara seems to have some affinity for a lot of the little characters around here, and also just the theme park in general. But then on top of that, she also seems to be aware of the side effects of being attacked, being hurt by one of the creatures here, even though you might not have ever been touched by one by the time that information comes up when you find Arthur. So you know what? Twists and turns ahead of us. But if you've been enjoying this so far, or anything else on this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things in the future. Episodes of this just about every single day. Links in the description of things that I am doing, have been doing, or will be doing in the future. Also, me and my friend are making a game. Any and all support towards that would be much appreciated. You can support us by supporting anything on this channel, supporting their devlog streams, and most of all, supporting the Patreon. With that, let's keep going. Now, we could just go straight down, but I'm pretty sure we have everything we need to get all of the secrets and stuff now. We just recently got the data disk. We also got a gold freakin magnum, which I'm assuming just means it's just better in every way. Oh, well, it does have a laser. Yeah, hold on, it has a laser now. It's shiny gold. I'm going to assume it's just better. Could be wrong. but it seems likely. Oh, we also got running shoes, so we're much faster. We squeak though, which I'm curious whether that's going to come up or not. Oh, we go straight down. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go around and try to find all the secrets first. And we'll take it from there. There's a secret in here? Oh, small tank of gasoline. Oh, okay. Daughter, sister, human. We got 2 freaking gas crows now. Don't know what that's all about. You would walk in and it would be on the left side. Can I shoot these things? Oh, I can. Okay. That's good to know. Not necessary, but it's good to know. Look at the floor in the center of the room. I got that much, but that unlocked this. I'll take that. It's a drain? It's clearly not working. Whole place will probably be flooded soon. Oh, hold on, what? Oh. The whole place is probably going to be flooded soon? Do I have to come back here later? Yeah, what would I need to do here? I don't see anything here that immediately strikes me as, like, unfinished or needing to be done. This is something I can examine. Yeah, I guess I don't remember it being quite this flooded when I was here originally. Oh, well, the vibes have changed. That's for sure. There is something else in the haunted manor. Wait, there's another thing here? What would still be? Whoa, whoa, okay, that was a glitch. Something wrong with it? The window? Nobody I can call? The pulling of the pin, leave it. Hold on, chill out. So it'd be like you'd walk in and be on the right, which would be this thing, right? Cage. Or is it the vampire man? If I sat up and made me jump, it's kind of cute though. You would, Mara. If I said that before, that feels. I feel like. Oh wait, why is the globe on fire? The globe's on fire? I don't understand. Did somebody do this? Oh yeah, I just realized it's on fire. Why? Also, yeah, the dude, Tolman didn't know anything about, because we met Tolman and he didn't seem to know anything about the monsters. Or he was just being dumb. He was like playing dumb. Be a weird thing to play dumb about, though. Oh, right, this was the little mushroom boy. Yes, please. Range increase. That's pretty good. Wishes granted. Upgrade all 4 weapons. And see, yeah, and that's why I'm like, yeah, game must be ending soon, because that we got the achievement for upgrading all weapons. Which means that must be freaking it. Aldrimelech the Undying, blamed for many deaths between this time and that time. What do you got that thing? Oh wait, so that was it for here. Okay, let's go to the Witchwood then. Almost stepped on a goop. So what was here? Boy, you're telling me there's another secret here? Really? Oh, everything's down so we can move freely now. Which is nice, I suppose. I want nothing more to do with it. Oh, that was just free Magnum ammo. That counts as a secret just because Magnum ammo is pretty sparse, maybe? Okay, so we have not 2 full clips, but we have extra, like reserve bullets. Then what the heck is up with the crypt? Oh, and there's a toilet. Yeah, there's there's still the toilet. Which which has a rib cage in it that we still can't remove, I guess. Dude, the vibes are shot, let me tell you. Data disk. The gem. The trident. The chains. This gun. No. Still can't do that. Would there be something else I need? Oh, you know, let's do another obligatory check on Arthur. No thanks. Two guys with faces. Hey Arthur, you still a human being? Arthur did... Oh, just that again? Alright. Oh. Delivery garage? There is the theater. Okay, let me go straight then. Do all the little goops turn into monsters if you don't kill them? Is that how this works? Or are they just little goops? Theater. Oh, to be fair, we still don't have a gold key. So we still don't have everything. Gem. Chain. Something else. We need something to put in the... Okay, in that case, we might just have to go down. Might just be time to go down. Delivery garage has a question mark. Why does delivery garage have a question mark? Was that like the next place to go? You know what? We'll find out. How to navigate. So we need to go down to Crow Country, then we're gonna make a right when we get there. Straight, left. Bunch of footprints? Oh wait, this was closed before. Yeah, wait, this was closed before. Notice there's an elevator behind the large crow. Does it go anywhere? Does anyone use it? It always seems to be powered down. I figured it was broken, but someone said there's a switch in Crow's office that turns it on. Turns the crow on? Are all these vents gonna burst open at some point with ghouls? diagram for charging the crow. I didn't know that I need a thing for it. Do it. Oh. Julie? Hey, kid. Oh my god. Julie, what's up? Wait, are those rocks? Well, Julie, what happened? I'll tell you. If you help me out of this, thing. Yeah, I'll help you out. Of course, let's get you out of there. Cry with you, Julie. I was scared. Thanks for the help. How'd you end up in that crate? Some guy grabbed me from behind and threw me in there. Some guy? Who was it? No idea, I didn't see his face. He had real sweaty hands, though. Oh, gross. That is gross. Yeah, not an especially enjoyable experience, all told. I wonder if it was Marvin. Looked like he looked like he'd be kind of sweaty. Marvin who? Oh, nothing, don't worry. Just thinking out loud. No, Mara, you ought to tell her. I don't think giving most of these people any information would be a problem. Just glad you're safe. Yeah, listen, that's twice you've helped me out now. Let me know if there's any way I can return the favor. Right, thanks. Will do. Anything I can do for you? Not right now. Thanks, though. Alright, you know where to find me. Alright, Julie, I'll, just soil and rocks? I don't get it. I get it somewhat. Okay, I think I have it figured out. Bronze key, crank handle, ruby, chain, mask, trident, silver key, data disk, acid bottle. I don't have an acid bottle. Gold key, large battery, charge. What an ordeal. Were these employees filling this out? So the data disk leads to acid bottle? Gay son or thought daughter? Data disk or acid bottle? Large battery charge. Okay, so this is all gonna lead to the large battery. I don't have a data disk though. Oh, I mean, I do have a data disk, I just haven't used it yet. Going down is gonna do something? It just seems like there's so much more to do here. Like up here then. Whatever's in there, it's on fire. It smells giving me a headache. Is it the gold? That's not handgun ammo, right? Yeah, hold on. Make sure. Yeah. They're burning the containers that have the gold tubes or bars in them? Hey, Julie. Anything I can do for you? Not right now, thanks though. Oh, okay. Oh, piece of paper. Some kind of diagram. Wait, what? Should I take a picture of this? It couldn't hurt to have a picture of that. bottom right, top right, bottom left, top left, middle left, middle right. Oh, the music's very nice. It's like a full version of the song as I completed. Well, okay. That was some of it then. Can't do anything in the toilet. What other thing was in the storeroom? I'll give it a shot. Right, I can't because I need a gold key. Which means I need other things. Other things that might just be down. Oh, right. This thing. There's a metal octopus sitting in the tray. There's a keypad on this, yeah. Forgot about this. I have no idea. Yeah, right, this thing. Yeah, and I don't really know anything about, like... like an octopus? Where else would there be something to do with this octopus? I could... Oh. Hold on, actually. I think I have an idea? So many crows. I need to, weighs exactly, yeah. I can't believe I pieced that together, that's awesome. Weighs exactly 1,825 ounces. Wow, some of this stuff, it's pretty great. I have thoroughly enjoyed pretty much every puzzle. Because I was sitting here like, wait, where would there be information about, 1825. Heck yeah. Magnum ammo? Hey, I'll take it. Do I just go down now? Well, so what I'm wondering, that image I took a picture of, I'm wondering if it has to do with, like, which elevators to go down first. Like, go down the, southeast one, and then the other one, maybe. I mean, I don't know what it looks like down there at all, so... regardless, couldn't hurt. Could just pick a direction and pray. Yeah, the music everywhere has changed. Okay, well, I have done some things. Do have 2 grenades. Oh, now we got underground and surface. Yeah, okay, Tallman. Well, so far you were right about one thing. This place is kind of upsetting. Yeah, what did he say specifically? He was like, "Don't go down there. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like what you find." And then she said, "So be it." Good, am I full? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna pop this and pick it up then. Can't get into that pipe. Looks like some kind of high-tech lock. Press button. Display's changed. Is it a code? No idea what I'm doing. I might have to find a different way into the central area. Northeast. Northeast. Yeah. That thing, I think the diagram that I took a picture of was trying to show me like the path to take. So we're starting at the bottom, and we do want to go northeast. If that's what this was, right? Root Sun. Oh crud, that was a bad thing? Ow. My body. Northeast. Root Sat. Well, like Saturday? That's what I saw. Root Sun, like Sunday, and then Root Sat. What the heck does that mean? Northwest? Killing my throat. Jeepers. Oh, hold on, what's this? Some kind of diagram. I have to take her face off? I have to pop her head open? I mean, I know, I remember the note that mentioned, like, needing to... Like, I remember the note that mentioned needing to, short circuit. Or like the battery in her is the same one for the crow, and she can short circuit if she gets wet. Oh, I need to find the acid to pour into the water thing. And then... And then she'll, break room. At a time like this. Oh, maybe it'll have a map. Looks like the game got interrupted. My first boyfriend taught me how to play pool. He stopped wanting to play after I started winning. Ain't that just the way it goes? Very cool. Bunch of green metal tubes. Yeah, green metal tubes with the gold in the middle. What's the green part then? I can't remember the code for the break room security gate. I swear it had a 3, a 6, a 2, and another 6. Can't remember the order. I know I took the code from an old license plate, but it's gone missing. Old license plate. 3, 6, 2, 6. Write that down just to have it. Root access. Holy lion. How it was in the pool table. How? Why? Who? 2663. Gotcha. 2663. You could technically not get the license plate. Good thing this didn't melt. Why do they have so much of this stuff? Yeah, is it even gold inside? A bunch of green metal tubes. Looks like they have gold inside. What? Yeah, what is that all about? Oh, this got locked. I locked me in. I see. So I immediately don't need that anymore. Was there anything to use? No, doesn't seem to be. They're holding the tubes. don't know why. Does that hurt me? Do you realize how awful it would be to have to crawl in a tube, in a dark tube in a place like this for who knows how long? Is this gold stuff the root? A large tank, acid steadily dripping out of the pipe. The smell is almost unbearable. Maybe I could use some of that acid. We don't have a way to hold it yet. I do need to do that though. July 1888, I finally turned off the excavation machines. Boss didn't give me permission, but didn't argue. He's obsessed with the pool and the guests. He hasn't answered his phone in days. There was an incident in the park. Boss had to shut the place down. I don't think he cares at all. Yeah, Tolman's hanging around here. Friday. Oh, they did say there were 7 routes, so did they name them all after the days? Calibration Route 06, Friday, loving and giving. Okay. Alright. So the root is the gold stuff, which probably isn't actually gold, but then they had to break it down to pretend it was for the inspection, maybe? Is what I'm picking up on. Central. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Oh. The screen is cracked, but still seems to work. No context for that yet. Good to know. Thick, smelly fumes are flowing out of it. Oh, yeah. Total gas pressure must be at exactly 50 for successful manual override. Gotcha. Well, are these the same thing? Yeah. Calibration Route 05, Thursday. Far to go. Needs to be 50. Okay. Let's do our round numbers first. So that would give me 30. Anything else the other ones can do to get me there? Needs to be exactly 50. That's not gonna do it, I don't think. That'd be 35, 45, fine. That was super easy. I figured that out immediately. It stopped, thankfully. Okay. I think this one said far to go because like there wasn't anything growing up far enough. Come over here, pal. That's a fake one. This is more gas. Okay. So this is just another area. This isn't like the finale or anything to do here. I wonder what the game is going for. Or if the game, maybe the game's just gonna end with us freaking leaving. Could very well be that. Route Tuesday. Ooh, this is where they were doing tests on this, on the stuff that comes out. What kind of machine is this anyways? We could turn it on and see what it does. Yeah, I guess you could. That was underwhelming. Maybe if there was something between the clamps? Do I have anything that needs a little bit of electricity? Oh, this is where I charge the battery. Oh, okay, okay. Full of grace. Yeah, I understand. Route Monday. Tolman. Marvin? Nobody move. So, Mara, what do you make of them? What do I make of what? The roots. Big green tubes? Those are the roots? Why are they called that? That's just what Crow. That's just what Crow named them. What are they made of? The outer shell is mostly copper. However, the inner core is 24 karat gold. Purest there is. As you well know, Trumbull, you piteous old leech. Shut it, Tolman, you traitorous old cretin. And all the machinery, the big circular saw, what's it for? We call it root excavation. Although harvesting might be a more accurate term. The roots are cut into shorter segments, which are lifted to the surface. All this just to extract gold? Correctamundo. So was it talking to you, Trumbull, you heinous old parasite? Bite me, Tolman, you pompous old jackass. Okay, so you two maybe aren't, like, close, right? And maybe not the closest friends. But hold on, so they have to excavate, they have to, they're cutting sections of this gold that's wrapped in, so it's gold tubes wrapped in copper. But what is that? Like, what does it mean? Where's it coming from? What is this giant black abyss we're in? And they said more like harvesting. Does it grow back? Oh, you really should get out of here. Can't leave now. I'm so close. Close to what exactly? Do you even know? Listen, I know you want to. Don't bother with the pep talk. She doesn't care. Quiet down, Trumbull, you greasy old halfwit. Don't talk to me like that, Tolman, you cantankerous old sea sponge. Mr. Trumbull, what are you doing down here? Hey, kiddo, what's shaking? I'm still looking for Edward Crow. Ain't we all? Why are you looking for him? Ah, well, how should I put this? I just need a little help with something. He's on the run from the Brazilian authorities. Because you guys, weren't mining things in the way you said. He came back to here to hide. Shut your trap, Tolman, you self-righteous old busybody. Why don't you make me, Trumbull, you bloated old gas bag? So what happened in Brazil? Crow and I were running a little operation, see? It was somewhat duplicitous in nature, or duplicitous in nature, I guess you could say. You were selling the gold, right? The gold from the roots? Oh, you've been reading up on me, have you? Why go all the way to Brazil to sell the gold? That's a good question. Yeah, I was really curious. Yeah, for a couple times, there was a couple times where I thought we were in Brazil right now. It's like too much of a good thing, you know what I mean? No? Ah, well, you see, the gold we scooped out of the roots, right? It's too pure, and there's too much of it. But why is that a problem? Well, because if you're saying you're excavating it, right? If you're saying that your mining operation is you're mining up gold, but then all you're pulling out are these pure, like, cylinders of gold. Yeah, that's a little weird. Oh, that's why the tubes are green, because they're copper, right? So they're probably, yeah. Crow didn't want anyone connecting the gold back to his land. He didn't want the U.S. government looking into where it was coming from. I was telling the story, Tolman, you uppity old bastard. Well, you were doing a crap job, Trumbull, you worthless old junkie. Okay, so he didn't want to trade, so he tried to sell it to the Brazilian authorities, but then an inspector had to come, right? So, at least before you got in trouble, you must have been making a lot of money, you and Crow. You could say that. Then why come back here at all? Why not just go live on a desert island or something? Well, they went and seized my assets, didn't they? All of it. It's all frozen unless I show my face in court. Answer all their lovely questions. Oh, well, let me guess. Crow kept his name off the paperwork. So he gets to keep his share of the money. Is that why you really came back? To make sure Crow gets damaged down with you? Or dragged down with you? Well, that shut you up for once, Marvin. She really sussed you out. Only took her 2 minutes. Quit your cackling, Tolman, you arrogant old snob. I'll laugh at you all I like, Trumbull, you dopey old clown. Run along now. You know, if we can... I'll start blasting, man. I've literally got the gun in his mouth. That's pretty messed up. Fair of face. Oh, wait, hold on. Does it grow back? Does it grow back by the time... Is this like a schedule? So like this is the Monday route. So like that's when it'll be high enough for them to like dig up with these saws and cranes. So they just every single day has its own route maybe? That'd be interesting. That would make sense. Oh. Heck yeah. Can't do any of the middle stuff yet. Why? I know what I need to do in the acid tank. This is a generator? It looks ancient. Oh, it's powering it on. Actually, I have no idea how to turn it off. Looks fragile though. Maybe I can just destroy it. Ow! Should I just start blasting like that? No. Probably not. But I will. Sunday preserved for posterity. So they haven't been excavating this one. Where is it coming from? Are these coming out of the pool thing? Hey Ed, did you get my rock shipment? Why don't you answer the phone? What's going on over there? So they were like essentially doing money, like low-key money laundering, except with pure gold. They were laundering pure gold to Brazil. I like how it's, but it's too pure. Like it's not gold it's clearly not gold you took out of the ground. Okay, well, I know where we can go now. Oh, where was the first computer for us to check out? Oi, crud. These freaking guys. Hey! Are you kidding me? For Pete's sake. Yeah, where was the first? Was it in the holding cell machine room utility corridor? Is that where the first computer was? I think it was in one of the... Wherever it was, it would be... It would have to do with another one of the secrets, probably. Like, presumably, right? There's only 2 more secrets. Maybe it would have to do something else. Oh, well, I need to do something in the dungeon. Oh, okay. Well, I can just exit and then go to the right. Whoa. Oh, he shifted his freaking body to make me miss. A scumbag? Oh, yes, here's his computer. Legs, arms, heads, eyes. Prisoner. She has no legs. She has 2 arms. She has 1 head. Presumably 2. Yep, there we go. Says for storing acid. Oh, yeah, oh wow. There it is. What's this? Antidote, what do I do? The wolf. 4 of those. No arms. Oh. Gladly take all of that. What is it? The Cyclops. Right. So 2, 2. So 1, 2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1. It's a fun one. Straightforward, but it's a fun idea. The serpent. Actually be legs 0 0 1 2. Gladly take a grenade. Well, they really tuck stuff in everywhere. It's not too hard to spot things though once you know what they are and where they are, or what they are, what they look like and stuff. Okay. So there's still something in the crypt. Well, okay, so now I need to go fill this bottle up with poison, which is back down in the thing. And then go to the theater. Yoinks. So am I trying to go to the central thing? Seems like probably. Oh, there was something else to do up there. I stopped the smoke, so I could go... Yeah, I'll have to remember that now. I think it was 2 routes back. Because what, Monday was the 2 of these guys, right? Oh, well, it was the 2 of the guys. Oh no, I'm trying to, oh, I'll have to find another way to Central. It's going to be the Crow's elevator. The big Crow's elevator, yeah. That's why I'm going to recharge the battery. Oh, did I just miss this last time? Full of woe. Wednesday. Huh. Oh, I missed 7, 9, 14, 17. Couple of, oh, really? I feel like I've been pretty thorough, but then again, I mean, there's a lot of things you can examine and interact with that you just do not. It's like very easy to miss. Hopefully saving isn't going to bite me in the butt. Hopefully. Oh, this was the gas pipe. Dang, maybe the acid one was in one of the early ones? What was that? Sound? Ah, here we go. Guess I could turn off the valve, stop it from dripping. Does that mean next time if I walk in here again, that thing's gonna grow back? That's the idea, right? That like this flesh stuff, the guests just regenerate. Don't know where this is gonna take me, but you know what? Just take me back up. I think the funniest staff memo was the one that was listing all the things in the order you need them in order to get the charged battery. Okay, this works. No, it doesn't. The theater is not here. I'm thinking of a different place. Oh, well, actually, while I'm here, why don't I go check the room where I stopped the gas? That would make sense. That would be fun. It was here. It was here. It's a nice feeling. Having the horizon stretching out in front of you. Oh, it's fake. It doesn't open. I'm feeling a very tangible sense of betrayal. I like Mara. Mara is a good character. Her dialogue, when she has it, her dialogue is very fun. 1, 2, or 3? Lucky number 2. 2's my number. Oh. I'm sorry. I get it all to myself. Nice. This is fun, but I can't operate the ride. I can't operate the ride controls from here. Oh, wasted pizza. No. Anything but that. There's some other way to get in there? I guess there must be. Oh, quite a captain's hat. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a vent? Oh, is that how I'm gonna get in there? Well, no, that's probably how I'm gonna get in there. Alright. I'll have to come back, I guess. That's fine. I actually have another thing to do then. Anyhow, I don't even care. Not in the least bit. Straight and then this way. The theater, I'm so sorry, Fairy. That took a lot. I'm sorry, mistress. Forgive me. The acid has no effect on the fairy's wooden head. Maybe there's something else I need to do first? Oh. I'm sorry. Is that the gold key? Gold key. I should be able to get it out. It's still stuck. Oh. It's the fairy. It's done. I don't feel good about it. Look, I'm sorry about all this. Good news though. I found the gold key I needed. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty selfish. Oh. Hey, was that guy's eyes open before? Oh, his eyes open now because he's like, oh, dude. What the crud? What the heck did I just witness? Freaking what? Oh, locked door, 7 Cs. Okay. It's all making sense. Were there other places to use the gold key? I mean, presumably not, since it doesn't, I mean, there's no other things to do. The crypt is filling with water. I don't know if that's what needs to be done in there for me to get that secret or what. And then I need something that I can pry out of the freaking toilet. I'll check the crypt one more time, just to do due diligence. There's some terrible noises happening, you know what I mean? Go straight, and then I make a right. To open that up, yeah. feel like it has to do something with this, right? Here lies Ophelia, tragically drowned, daughter, sister, human. Unless there's something I need to do to affect this room. It has to do something with the fact that there's water in the room, and something needs to happen with that. Is what I'm guessing. Terrible room. Terrible room for terrible people. Okay. Oh, this was shark, dolphin. At least I think that was the quickest way. I was never good at math. Oh, that was like, that. I forgot about that note. That was like a way you could have done it. Quickly. But I mean, like, you know, it's also just, it's numbers, it's math. You can get there eventually, one way or another. Yeah, I guess I'll just ignore that for now, and I'll move on ahead with my gold key. There doesn't seem to be anything else to do with the gold key. So from here I'm going to make a left, and then I'm going to sprint straight and not stop. Oh. What if sea captains really need to wear these hats? Well, I've been lied to by cartoons. Hello? You know, I never had a plan for all the gold. In fact, it quickly became a problem. We couldn't sell it, basically, not without arousing a lot of unwanted attention. We had too much of it too quickly. And the shape, the cylinders. Well, it's not the normal process, is it? But then I had an idea. What if it was the normal process? Well, what if we pretended it was? So Marvin and I devised a plan. We just needed a site. A disused gold mine. So that actually does explain a lot, because it was weird, right? They had like this super refined, like huge refined metal, like gold bars, right? Like the gold tubes, and then they were crushing it down and shoving it back into rocks, and it was like, well, wait, why? Like, what's the problem here? So I thought what was going on is that they were digging for a different problem. I didn't know the root, quote unquote, like was the gold. So I thought when they were digging for something else, but they were saying they were digging for gold, so they needed to like. So I thought they were buying up a bunch of gold that was already refined, and then they had to like pretend like it was like recently mined. But no, they like the root is just gold, but like really weird gold that seems to like it's growing upwards endlessly? Like, I don't know. We just needed a site, a disused gold mine. Mara found one in South America in Brazil, I see. Oh crud, so they were digging it up here, repackaging it basically as like recently mined gold, and then shipping it to a gold mine, quote unquote gold mine they were going to get in Brazil. That's that's so funny. It's so goofy. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're harvesting gold at the rate that you would harvest like crops, then yeah, I guess that would raise suspicion. I don't know what anybody could do about anything, but I mean, if it's gold you're getting from your own land, but you know, the more people ask questions, the easier it is for them to find out where you're getting it from, and then that becomes a huge problem. And you know what? It worked. For a while, at least. I wonder what's in there. Maybe some ammo? No, it's pizza. It's pizza. Touché, pizza box. Wait, no, something is on fire. Something's on fire in the crypt. Not the crypt, in the no, maybe it is a crypt. I don't see the point in moving the boat if I'm not in it. But I can't reach the control panel while sitting in the boat. I think I might need some help with this one. Oh, Julie. Julie is in the delivery garage. I just stepped out of the 7 Seas, so I literally need to, I just need to go in here. Julie. Maybe. Actually, there is something. I need to get to the boat ride in the Ocean Kingdom area. 7 Seas? Yeah, I could use your help to operate the controls. Have you opened the door into the control room? Yeah, it's open. Nice work. I'll head to the control room, and you go to the boat boarding area. See you there. Oh wait, no, this... Actually, ready to get in the boat? I'd strongly recommend you sit in the middle, you know, for balance. Wow. What? Well, no, I don't think she was commenting on like weight. I think that makes sense. You're the only person in the boat. That's funny. I'm not about to watch Julie get God, am I? Are you ready to go? Oh, she's wearing the hat. That's so funny. Yeah, I think so. I can't guarantee this will be safe. Should I start the ride? I mean, yeah. Start the ride, Julie. Am I about to... get feasted upon, or like... Oh. Ow. If I remember it right, he's supposed to move out of the way. But I think it's done manually from the control room. Wonder why Julie didn't press the button. Oh gosh. Control box. I'll leave it for now. That's not a real thing. Biggest, most ornate switch I've ever seen. You gotta pull it. Julie? did get got. In the vents. I pointed out the vent. I was like, maybe that's how I'm gonna get in here. Because every time we've been near a vent, Mara's like, it seems like there's something in there. It's a bloodstain. These are Julie's glasses. What happened to her? You should wear her glasses. And also the hat. Dude, that's so screwed up. I really liked Julie. She was like the realest one out of them all. Gotta do all this manually? Oh man, I hope she's okay. Seems to have stopped working. Well, stopped working, then what? To the last I grapple with thee. From hell's heart I stab at thee. For hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee. He's blocking the boat, I can't continue the ride. Oh, is that Moby Dick? I'm gonna assume that was Moby Dick. I need to look up quotes from Ahab, Moby Dick. Can I do something with you? Oh. Oh. Freaking, I'll take that. Battery. Oh. Hey. Screw you, Moby Dick. That's actually all I need. Oh, this is the mermaid, right? The other animatronic was the fairy. Nothing in there. Battery, but totally fried. Alright. Well, I have the battery, so now I just need to go down. Man. Aw, heck. Wait, a bunch of people are already dead? I'm gonna check on Arthur, I think. Are these supposed to be people I've killed? I distinctly did not kill people here. Oh, hey Arthur, you still good? Oh, I haven't seen the police officer either. Maybe the police officer's like laying waste to the ghouls? Again, Mara probably could have warned the guy. Said, hey, there's some monsters. And then he could be like, whatever, kid, go home. And then when he gets attacked by monsters and you meet him the next time, he'll be like, yo, there are monsters. And you'll be like, I told you so. Then you laugh about it. Then he dies, probably. Whoa! What the? Screw you, kid. This is a big dude. So did these people come out of the thing, or they freaking something crawled out of the freaking... It's been open. Dang, man. I'm actually bummed out. I mean, here's the thing. I think it's like partially the setting. It's like we didn't know much about Julie, but like I liked her dialogue. I liked Mara and her was like back and forth. The main thing I think that makes it effective is the fact that it feels like crud, man. In games like this, you so rarely have like you don't have like allies. You don't have like party members, right? So anytime you see a kind face, it's like nice, you know? Drink some water. I'm freaking thirsty. I have everything. We are approaching the end, I feel. Already charged the battery. I don't need to use it again. Right. There's 2 more secrets, and I still have no idea what we're supposed to do about them. Yeah, there's still the one in the crypt. Maybe it's flooded enough. Maybe I can go there. In the toilet. I mean, I'll go check them out. I'll go check them out one more time. Just to say I did. Go this way, I need to make a turn. Go straight. There's just not gonna be any ghouls above ground anymore? Okay, okay. I had that thought. I didn't know if I'd have to get more acid. I wasn't looking forward to having to go all the way back down there now again, but cool. Yeah-da-da-dum. Okay, well now I have to figure out the crypt thing, because it's literally the last thing I have to do. So most of the secret stuff is magnum ammo, which I am not complaining about. I think that's pretty cool. Since whatever final boss thing there's gonna be, I am going to unload on it with magnum ammo. Oh, no, wrong one. Go here. Okay, crypt. There's nowhere to, like, use an item here either, which makes it hard to discern human. Human is... This has to be it, right? Because I can see a drawer on the coffin. Yeah, I'm not sure. These need to be lowered. I can't, I'm having a hard time figuring out, like... What the crud? Those could be destroyed? But why? Well, I didn't seem to do anything. That's so confusing. I can destroy them, but to what end? Quite, it's been open all over the place. What does it mean? Oh man, I remember the reading about the trident way at the beginning of the game, yeah. Without it, we can't do the Happy Birthday Sea Monster song. Eggs. Egg-shaped. Railway room. I told her it's not an alcohol bottle, it's a bottle of highly corrosive acid that actually seemed to placate her. 4 periphery. The piano in the haunted manor not to be used with that. Shotgun in the submarine. Clocks need to be regularly wound. Stab. There's a button panel on the back of the wooden crow house. Yeah, got that part. Got that much. Acid tank, but crow moved it down underground. Water supply. Both key large battery, we did that. Fire marshal was here this morning. She said the following rooms due for inspection. Excavation areas need to stay locked when you're not using them. I remember this from a while ago. Ventilator and fairy pond. I think I might actually have to just look this up. I don't even know if I can find the answer for it, but I'm at a complete loss for this one. There's just not anything in the room I can seem to do. Oh, these are destroyed for good now. These are destroyed for good? What does that mean? Well, that's even more confusing. Them actually like staying destroyed. That confuses me even more. So hold on. Let me see. Crow Country Crypt Secret. Mushroom dig site, train room, Witchwood, dungeon secret, haunted hilltop, haunted manor. I'm gonna feel so dumb though, I bet you anything. Gift shop secret, staff parking secret, staff hallway secret. The crypt. The dungeon, okay, hold on. Go back to the dungeon, use the data disk on the computer. Am I dumb? Did I never do that? Maybe I never did. Did I not? Hold on. Hold the phone. Okay, that at least pointed me in the right direction. I knew it had to be for something else, right? Like something other than here. You said the dungeon? The phone. I'm gonna exit here, go left, and then okay. Yeah, yeah, cause like, hold on. Oh, cause it. I would have gotten this one because it tells you how they died and what they were. She was human. She was human and it was capitalized like these ones. Wow, okay. What other one did we do like this session that I was like, oh wow, I can't believe I figured that out? This feels, oh, going back to the submarine to get octopus facts, yeah. 2 legs, 2 arms, 1 head, 2 eyes. And then you're supposed to know that this thing in here affects the freaking room down there. Even though, like, that one, honestly, I don't feel too bad. That one was probably, yeah, and then this one's open now. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe you should. There's a body. It's a beautiful woman. She can't possibly be real. Incredibly realistic wax figure. I should leave it alone. It's a drawer built in the coffin. Ophelia Pike, Atlanta Westview Hotel, nurse ID number 0629681. First aid handbook. Small book. Some good information in here. I should be able to put it to good use. My medkit got improved. Wow. Got all the things. Medkit Pro. Upgrade the potency of just normal medkits. That's a really good, that was a unique secret too. Yeah, it wasn't just like more Magnum ammo, so I'm glad we actually did that. And that was all 15 secrets. I can't believe that though. I feel bad that I had to look it up at all. But it said, oh, the dungeon one. And then I thought, I was like, what do you mean? What's in the dungeon? What was in the dungeon that's gonna help? Like, what was that computer again? And it's like, oh, it's the freaking puzzle where you... And here's the thing. You could piece that together, I will admit. I would have needed to go from that room to this one to even stand a chance at like thinking, oh, I need to go to that room and punch in like the number for this lady. Yeah. That's a good one though, game. I'll admit that you got me there. Alright. We're freaking doing it. That'll do it. Just like that, he walked out of my life. You know, Mo, I'm glad you're staying in good spirits. I wonder if she wasn't scared of the freaking ghouls. She already knew there were ghouls here. He's making his way out of the park. I don't blame him. It would be nice to just walk away. I'm gonna go down into the pits of Tartarus. Do you need anything? Alright. See ya, Arthur. Oh, wait a minute. Could I have asked Arthur to come and hold the thing for me instead of Julie? Would be grim if that was an actual choice. Must be broken. Whoa, what the crud? Whoa. Who the heck is shooting me? I'm not crazy, right? Somebody was shooting me, right? Oh, I probably could have used this to get a hint for that. With the crows are dead, I just realized. Oh. What the? So I'm not going crazy. Do I need to go back down now? No, I feel like I need to go in the center. I didn't really have to do anything here, did I? I mean, the only thing I can think of is to go back down. Yeah, I guess so. do think it's spooky that, like, we just are getting shot at from a distance. Oh. Harrison, who did you say you borrowed the bike from again? Your girlfriend? No, my sister. I don't have a girlfriend. I see. Hey, Harrison, how's it going? Hi. Well, look who it is. Mara, you told me you were on your way out. I got lost. Uh-huh. I'm not stupid, you know. Did you find Natalie? No, not yet. Thought she might be in here, but what are you reading? It's an old book about gold mining. It's actually really looks boring. Mara, is there something I can help you with? Before he even gets to finish. So, how are you feeling? What do you mean? You're not injured? You haven't been attacked by anything? So you saw them too? Those creatures? Did they attack you? No, I ran fast as I could. Thought I was going crazy. Mara, what are they? What's going on here? Do you know something? Harrison, if you're really not injured, you should probably leave. Get out of here while you still can. I can't do that. So I still need to find Natalie. She might be in danger. So you're still looking for Natalie? Where have you looked? Basically nowhere. Everywhere I go, doors are locked, paths are blocked. Always seems like I need some kind of weird key. It's infuriating. Oh yeah, it's that kind of play. You know, you do kind of have to take a step back sometimes and really acknowledge how ridiculous things are. Like a game like this, it truly is about the ways in which you are inconvenienced, right? But it's about what you have to do while being inconvenienced. That's where the fun has to come in. That's where the game, that's where the engaging loop has to take into effect. You know what I mean? Because on paper, it's on paper, these games would be described. Games like this would be described as one big scavenger hunt, one big ridiculous scavenger hunt, where you are going to be blocked by random nonsense every single turn. But you know that is the allure. Scavenger hunts can be fun. Oh yeah, it's that kind of place. You get the hang of it after a while. So you're still looking for Natalie? Okay. Yeah. Glad you're okay. Hey, I'm also glad that wasn't you shooting at me. At least it doesn't seem like that was you shooting at me. I could be wrong. Going to the okay. Oh, I'm in here. Yeah, I was expecting more, but the fact that the crow room thing just said it didn't work, like, oh. Harrison, are you down here? So my theory was that Harrison was going to be more than just a cop on the case, right? So the right two things are lit up now. Am I trying to press them in an order where they're lit up on both sides and they fill up all three dots on both sides together? Yeah, I'm very confused. If I absolutely need to, I will use a hint thing, but I'd rather not, because I'm pretty good about not needing to do that. Oh. To find a different way to the central area. Well, yeah, I mean, I was trying my darndest to. I have everything I should need. Unless when I get shot at the top there, I'm supposed to just shoot blindly out into the distance. Ow. Oh. Didn't hit me. Oh, it was too fast. Oh. What the crud? A wooden model. Oh. Oh, I was right. These things are coming out of the pool. Bottom looks like more like soil than rocks. So all this stuff is coming out of what are these? Disformed people are coming out of it? Saturday works hard. So they're just sprouting up forever? Like they just never stop? Back here, back in the break room. Oh. Is Harrison in the break room down here? It's just so weird to me that, like, you know, that, like, I did all that, I got to what seemed like it would have been the end, and then nothing happens. Okay, I'll use a hint. Hello? Again, like, who's shooting at me when I walk in there? And why is it only when I walk in there? Oh, one of those, the green copper pipes were at the top. Wait a minute, what? I never noticed you before. Need to save my pistol ammo. Okay, I'll use a hint. Yeah, okay, okay. No, I'll bite the bullet. I'll use a hint. Cause I'm genuinely. You have 9 credits remaining. Would you like to hear your fortune? Yeah. Oh, this must have been what the thing in the settings about credits. Central elevator switch is in the Crow's control room. Oh, it's in Crow's control room. You mean like Crow's office? Oh, have I still never been into Crow's office? Am I dumb? You know what? That thought crossed my mind too. Well, I'm glad to see that, like, I'm not... Like, I'll be stuck, but, like, not to the point where it's like, I'll have ideas. I had the idea and then it passed, and then I got distracted and I didn't, I think I had thought that we had already gone to Crow's office, but I remember that's something that we were going to do, like, hours ago. Hours in game, anyways. Whoa, okay. Cut. Gold key. This was the last place to use it. I knew there was one more place to use the gold key. I just couldn't remember. And then when I saw... I'm so dumb. I should have checked the map, and I should have saw that it was locked still. Although, actually, to be fair... No, locked door is red. Unknown door is... Did I never examine the door? Come on, man. Well, alright. In recognition of the completion of the prescribed course of study, Edward L. Crow. Admitted to the degree of biochemistry. Whoa, so many medkits. I'll just take one. Am I even full? Silly. Alright, Crow. You're still alive. I know it's dangerous up there. A lot of them got out into the open. But I know you brought a gun. Have you been killing them, the guests? They were in no shape to continue living. The ones that emerged more recently, even more so. As I continued the root excavation, the guests became even less. Well, some of them aren't even bipedal anymore. Goes without saying that we cannot allow them to leave Crow Country. We cannot afford to let them infect anybody else. And all these pills and stuff. What are they? Who are they? They are irreversible. They are irreversible. They're coming from the same place that your gold is coming from. What does that mean? Control room elevator switch and number code. My first is in Grinner, but also in Goblin. My second is in Guest, but not in Puddle or Spindle. My third is in Lumber and Goblin, but not in Puddle. My fourth is notable only by its absence. It's a video feed from a security camera. It's showing something on the screen. It's moving. Looks like Arthur's still inside. Oh! I'm in a control room. Control room? Is it cool? Yeah, it's really cool. I'm jealous. You got to go on a real adventure. Arthur, how are you feeling? Not great. Just stay in there, okay? Mara, are you coming back? Are we going to leave? Sure, yeah, I'll be back soon. Okay, good. Just stay there, bud. 52614? 4. One, 3. Okay, so this is a little cryptic. Wait, hold on. No, I thought I was about to say, like, is it 2106 finally? But no. 2106 means something else. Jacqueline Crow, beloved wife and mother. Something strange about the frame. Oh, this is the one. This is the route that they aren't cutting. Right, they cut all the routes except for one. Squirming back and forth. It's made of it's metal. It's filled with gold. It's made of copper on the outside, but it's alive. Diary of Edward Crow, age 10.5. I am excited. Tomorrow, Father and I are going on a camping. We're going camping up in Condor Country. Condor Country? Over the river. Father says it's just a nickname, as there are no condors in Georgia. I am looking forward to the trip nonetheless. I love being outdoors at night. We found a second wiggling metal thing. A couple 100 feet south of the first one. Father wanted to know what it was made of. He cut the tip with his camping knife. Inside is a different metal. Looks like gold. You cut through it with a camping knife? 2 more shiny things, 4 in total. Father says there may be more. Father bought Condor Country, as well as a couple of acres on either side. He said we could rename it if we wish. And then you did. I can't, so it's a living thing. You can just cut straight through it, and then it's solid gold. So they've just been harvesting some living thing just endlessly. Oh. Hey, Natalie. There's a dude looking for you. How are you feeling? Not great. Yeah, me neither. Is it your mother? Yes. She died some time ago. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful statue. It's solid gold. Yeah, it must have been very expensive. Your dad really spared no expense, I guess. Did you find him yet? Mr. Crow? No, not yet. I'm still looking for your father, but I have a pretty good idea where he is. I just need to take the central elevator. Mara, what are you going to do when you find him? I need to talk with him. Are you going to kill him? That's what I've been wondering, Mara. What? No, of course not. Don't think I don't see the gun in your hand. I see it in your face, too. You already made up your mind. Natalie. I know he's done bad things, very bad things. Perhaps he is beyond forgiveness. But please, don't kill him. Bring him to me, okay? Let me speak to him. One way or another, today might be my last chance. Please, Mara. Okay? I know there's a bunch of gold barrels down there, but there's also blood all over the place. In a few moments, something flashes up onto the screen. I wish it wouldn't. That's gotta be the pool. Press left or right. Urged around 50% in root excavation. Varies from specimen to specimen, but they largely retain a human-like appearance. Most distressing. They are capable of a limited non-verbal form of vocalization. Press left or right to switch slides. Okay, so I see what the puzzle is here. Oh, this is gonna be weird. Emerged at around 55%. Despite their small stature, I have concluded they are not infants. On the contrary, they may be a senior variant of the guests. Their advanced age causes a weaker genetic makeup, which has diminished their anatomy upon emergence. Ooh, these freaking guys. Emerged at 60%. Much of their muscle and fat is missing, but their bones have become elongated. However, the bone mass is spread more thinly, and consequently, the bones are brittle. Additionally, without sufficient flesh as cushioning, the joints are weak. 60%. At the same time as the spindles, here are the opposite phenomena can be observed, as lumbers are stiff and stout with excessive muscle and fat. Perhaps this could explain why the spindles have insufficient flesh. The grinner. Emerged at 70%, the form is bipedal, but other similarities to a human body are quickly disappearing. In terms of anatomy, each specimen is vastly different from the next. Emerged around 80%, I pray this is my final entry, for I cannot imagine how anything beyond this point would be capable of emergence. The puddles experience widespread cell necrosis. They are quite literally melting. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me just take a picture of this so I can have it in front of me. I don't gotta write it down. Okay, let's see here. So this is a... Okay, so it says my first is in Grinner, but also in Goblin. So Grinner is 5592, and then Goblin is 1739. So the through line is 9, which means 9 is the first number. My second is in Guest, but not in Puddle or Spindle. So Guest is 37. Is it 6? 6-2. But not in Puddle. 3973. 6413. So not 6, not 3, not 7. So 2. So the second number is 2. Yeah, so you're looking at the file numbers is what I'm thinking. My third is in Lumber and Goblin, but not Puddle. So hold on. So we're 1739 Lumber, 1347, not Puddle. 3973. So not in Puddle. Yeah, 9. So no 7, no 9, no 3, which means the only one shared between them is 1. So 1. Last one. The fourth is notable only by its absence. Oh, like what number is absent? Okay. Well, let's see. My my notes on my sticky pads always look like madness. Let's start at the top. Let's see. We got 2, 3, 6, and 7. 9, 1, 4. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 7. 5. Is it 8? 3973, 3762, 6413, 1347. Yeah, it should be 8. I think 8 is the one not included. Notable only by its absence. Oh, okay. Music got sad. Please work. 9, 2, 1, 8. Hallelujah. Yada-da-dum. Holy, okay. But how we doing? Oh, this was the thing that I was speaking to in the whatchamacallit. Thorough. Defeat all 4 optional mini-bosses. Optional? Oh, crud. Whoopsies. What do you mean optional? Locked in some kind of electronic gate. To release security gate, set floor panel code to 123456. Oh, like I could have done that instead of? Right. I think that was the same thing as like the big blob monster we fought was also like we didn't need to set floor panel. Oh. Oh wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, is that? Oh my gosh, that's why. That's. Oh, okay. That's what's been. I was like, man, this thing just randomly generates numbers. How am I ever going to get it to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Like this. 1. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah-da-da-dum. Well, you know what's interesting? It said that all the mini bosses are optional, which means that because you could have easily escaped this room by doing that puzzle. Same thing with the big blob guy. So the implication is that you don't have to fight anything in the game. I wonder if something different happens if you don't kill anything of them. Like, what if you don't kill any of the guests? Why don't you come with me? No. I don't want to know what's down there. I'll wait here. Honestly, lady, it's a good call. What the crud? Pike's office. I haven't walked in here? Oh crud, he's dead. I guess he shot himself. Should I call the police? A handgun lying next to him. I better not touch it. No, you better not touch it. Model of Crow Country looks like all 4 main parts. A few smaller sections around the outside. Oh, crummy, the freaking blood spray in the back. But who was Pike then? Why did he kill himself? Following doors are now locked electronically. Dungeon, mermaid, cyclops, wolf, serpent, crypt, Ophelia. Oh, this would have been the hint. They can only be opened via the dungeon's computer terminal. Oh, that's what would have told me, thus making it much less cryptic. Edward has pulled all funding for Cosmic Future, and we've halted construction. He said it was just a temporary delay, but I can tell he's lying. Something is seriously wrong with Edward. He looks sick, but at the same time, there's a kind of manic energy in his eyes. I asked Tolman about it, but he gave me the silent treatment. Whatever it is, I think they're in on it together. I tried to spy on Edward and Tolman during the meeting. It sounded like they were trying to talk to someone, a third person in the room who wasn't talking back. But they were talking like how they would talk to a baby or a young child, speaking slowly, using simple language. What's going on? This is a message for Edward Crow, from Douglas Pike. Edward, we've been friends for over 30 years. You entrusted me with running your theme park, a task I have relished. You have always shown me kindness and have always paid me well for my work. However, I can no longer remain silent. Edward Crow, your crimes have not gone unnoticed, nor will your sins go unpunished. As for Elaine Marshall, I hope she never forgives us, for none of us deserve it. Goodbye. I kind of feel bad for him. I hope she never forgives us. Oh right, it was high. It was electrified. Yeah, right. That's why I couldn't do anything with it. Pike had a lot of. Is that one lady? Is that one lady he's admiring in all these photos, or? Oh, must be, yeah. Is that his wife? There's a lot of her. I hope that's his wife. Or girlfriend or something. Because most of these are her in a bikini. And I would, you know, have to wonder otherwise. That's grim. If we are Elaine, I'm wondering what the outcome of this is. Well, because so people are talking about his sins. Are they, holy crud. What is that who and why? If we talk to Arthur now... Oh, okay. Slashed his tie. It was freaking... This girl, I swear. Yeah, so I'm wondering what... Because, like, what actually happened to her after? And what are the sins people are talking about? Here's the thing, right? Keeping a secret about some big portal where horrifying, like, human but then not human creatures are crawling out of it, right? That is fair, but the thing is, right? Okay, I'm going down. The thing about that, right, is alright, gang. How do y'all want to do this? Oh, in that case. Does that just open it straight up? What the? Harrison must have solved the puzzle to open it. Oh, the bike, yeah. You mean open the pipe? Oh. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice he was here. Oh no, Harrison. Oh god, it's Harrison. He's dead. He must have been attacked by those... Wait, no, he was shot. I'm so sorry. Harrison James. ID number 05061. Date of birth, January 12, 1965. Firearms expert. Is that what she said? Could be old sports bag. Seems familiar somehow. Dang. Okay. That sucks. He seemed like actually a pretty chill guy. I thought he might have been the guy who like turned on us at the end or something. Did she just steal his whole like thing at the beginning when she like said who she was? When she was like pretending to be a cop herself and a firearms expert? Or maybe she is a firearms expert, I don't know. He was put on the Edward Crow missing persons case. I tried to stop him coming to Crow Country, but he really wanted to help. I don't. Maybe Mara is a cop, but she just didn't want anybody else getting involved with this. I mean, we were getting shot at when we were walking in, so maybe... I don't know. The mining lanterns are really old and need replacing. Any kind of spark tends to set off the oil that's trapped inside. If that happens, just give it a whack to dispense the oil. The flame should go out. Whoops. How much is that? 5, 6, 7? Okay. Tolman? Were you the one who shot Harrison? Tolman, I can't let you... Listen, Harrison is dead. Harrison James, the police detective. I know who he is. I'm sorry, Ma. He shouldn't have come here. It's only a matter of time before one of those creatures. He was shot with a gun. Oh, it's freaking Marvin. Crud. Do you know who did it? Oh, I think he's probably got a good idea. Freaking this freaking schlub. Look, kid, this is nothing personal, okay? Put down the gun, Trumbull. And then what, huh? The freaking music right now. Go home, forget the whole thing ever happened? The feds would be kicking down my door within the week. I'm culpable for all this. I know, I am too. But Mara is not, so leave her out of it. She knows way too much. You think she won't rat us out? Hell, she's already tried. She was getting real chatty with the pretty boy officer. I tried to stop him from coming. I kept telling him to leave. Well, he didn't leave, did he? And neither did you. And now it's too late. What was that? No idea. If this is some sort of trick, I ain't... Well... Julie? Oh, Julie. Where am I? Julie killed somebody. Julie? Hey, what's going on? What are you doing in there? I'll tell you if you help me out of this thing. Oh gosh, sorry. Yeah, help her out. Absolutely help her. Tell me, would you give me a hand? Sure. Julie, oh my gosh, Julie got roughed up. Julie, I thought you'd been... I mean, I came out of the boat ride and you were gone. There was blood. Something grabbed me, dragged me backwards into the vent. What was it? Whatever it was, there were several more of them hiding in the pipes. It's pitch black in there, but I could hear them, smell them. What, they tried to kill you? No, mostly they just shook me around, made a bunch of noise. Shouting, weeping, moaning, whatever you'd call it. Sounds about right. What do you mean? They're angry, but they don't want to kill us. They're trying to communicate. Okay, I understand. Okay. Alright, game, I understand. That would be a great revelation to come to if I could look back at my experiences with some of these things so far and not remember very distinctly that I have been taking damage and that people have been getting hurt by them, right? So it would be super interesting if the monsters never actually did damage to you and that you could like discover that over the course of the game. It's one of those hard things, right? But no, here the thing is the thing here, right, is that like no, they're not monsters that are malicious. They do hurt you, but they hurt you because they're not intending to hurt you. They're trying to communicate with you, but they literally just can't. They can't do it in any other way than to like physically like grab onto you. So that is actually super interesting. So yeah, it says you defeated all 4 optional bosses, which means yeah, you could go the whole run without killing anything, which would be super interesting. It wouldn't be hard either, really, especially once you get the running shoes. Like you can just dart past anybody. The hard part would be trying to do puzzles in some of those rooms, I think. Mara, you haven't introduced me. Oh, right, sorry. Julie, this is Tolman. He works for Edward Crowe. And Tolman, this is Julie Barron. She's a lawyer. She was hired by the Marshall family, Elaine Marshall's family. I see. What are you two doing down here? So, no, you know what? The inhumane, like, sinful stuff that Crowe was doing was, like, the, testing on them. Well, murdering them just as they're flooding through this thing that he's cutting gold out of, right? But then also, the game even says there is no benefit to killing monsters. It just might make backtracking easier. Basically, yeah, you know what? The monsters, they might inconvenience you. You monster. They're freaking undertelling me. No, not really. I don't expect it to go fully like that. I don't know. I would expect there to be another ending, but maybe there is. What are you two doing down here? Someone's been killed, shot, a police officer? Goodness me. Tolman here was about to go deal with it, weren't you? I'll come with you. I have experience with this kind of thing. Good, okay. Thanks. Mara. Something else. Natalie Crow is waiting in Edward Crow's office. Would you go see how she's doing? Crow's daughter? Sure, of course. I'd love a chance to talk to her, actually. You're not... One last thing. Arthur Mole. He's out in the staff parking area in my white Fiesta. Would you check on him, too? I've left him alone way too long. Of course, we could do that. Thank you. Mara, what are you going to do? I'm gonna do what I came here to do. We'll be waiting by your car, okay? Okay. Thanks. Come along, Mr. Tolman. We got lots to do. I like Tolman. I don't know, he's... What he says, it's short, it's brief, but I... Is that the pool? No, the pool's the big spinning green thing, right? God, that feels better. I didn't realize how filthy I was. I'm sad Harrison died, especially since he was just like the most innocent of the bunch. I mean, Julie's pretty innocent too, but... Photos taped up on the wall. Natalie Crow, Edward Crow's daughter. Tolman, the engineer Crow put in charge of root excavation. The next one is a photo of me. Where did he take this? Julie Barron, the lawyer hired by Elaine Marshall's family. Arthur Mole, a teenager who wanted to photograph the guests. Marvin Trumbull, he was responsible for Crow's fake gold mine. Douglas Pike, he was in charge of building the actual theme park. Finally, Harrison James. He was the police officer sent to look for Edward Crow. Someone's written something on here. Can't make sense of it. It's nonsense. Giving me specifically a lot of shotgun shells, I see. Uh, I made my own, like, start save point flame. I don't know what they're for. I'll leave them alone. Oh, dude. The hair washed out. I mean the dye washed out. That's interesting. Fine little dust, because he's not wearing it anymore. I won't open it. You should take it though. Mara, yeah, am I Mara? Oh. She took his ID badge, right? Oh, maybe we could have actually examined, because didn't he say his ID number? I don't remember if he did or not. But yeah, she totally just forged it. Must be where Crow's been sleeping. It's stained with blood. Yeah, I don't know what Marvin was thinking. Like, all these people, like, dude, you've been had. If anybody comes for you, it's not gonna be because any of these people freaking, like, ratted you out or something. A relatively simple way to get up to the surface. Doesn't work anymore. Because someone's driven a fire axe through the control panel. You want that fire axe? That freaking... The going down the ladder as it slowly zooms out. Super freaking cool. I love that. And with the music. Mr. Crow. I'm here. I'm in your lab. Hello, Elaine. Yeah, I mean, I called that last time, a couple hours ago. It just made too much sense. And then obviously washing the hair dye out. That's great little things. So, I love how they told the story here. There's a lot of subtle things, a lot of like details that you could sort of overlook and stuff like that, but all the information's there as you play the game. You can really piece it together, and it's very satisfying when watching it all come together. Open the door. I will. But first, please pick up the glass vials I've laid out onto the counter. On the counter. Why? Please. Fine. Put down the other objects I'm carrying. I won't need them. Oh. No more puzzling. The police ID card I took from Harrison James, the bronze key given to me by a fairy, the crank handle I found in a safe, the ruby gemstone that was hidden in a painting of a demon, the chain I took from the neck of a mechanical swan, the mask I excavated from a block of resin, the trident I took out of a witch's cauldron, the silver key that was hidden in Neptune's palace, the data disk I got from the change machine in an arcade, the acid bottle I took from a cell in a dungeon, the golden key I found trapped inside a fairy's head, the battery I pulled from the stomach of a robotic mermaid. Good times. he probably knew it was Elaine the moment she got here. But so, and Pike killed himself saying, Elaine should, I hope she never forgives us. But why? Good heavens. I see bear traps. Elaine Marshall. Edward Crow. How long has it been? 2 years? Yep, that would make sense. We've never met before. No, I mean since you became infected. 2 years? 2 years since I shut the park? I'm glad you came back. Why would you care? I would offer you a drink, but what are you now, 18? Not quite. Right, she is still 17. Gosh, little things. And yet you made it all the way down here. You're clearly very stubborn. That's good. It gives me hope. Hope? Tell me, how are you feeling? Bad. Tired. I can't get rid of my infection. It's been getting worse. Of course. I must say, I'm relieved they let you out of the hospital long enough to... They didn't. I escaped. Okay. I see. You really are determined. Oh, so she's been in a hospital for years after this. And all this because you wanted to kill me, I assume? No. I came because I wanted to tell you something face to face. I need you to know. Go on. Mr. Crow, I'm going to die from this infection. We tried everything. Nothing works. That means everybody, right? That means Julie and Natalie and Arthur, at least, right? Although, was Julie... Did Julie actually get injured? What about Tolman? I'm not sure about Tolman either. It's going to kill me. But I didn't realize you have it too. The same infection? Of course. Who has been exposed to the guests will have it. Naturally, I was the first. When the first guest emerged from the pool, I tried to help him. I put him in a holding cell, up on the ground level, so we could monitor him more easily. The holding cell. That's where I was attacked. Yes, bringing the guests up to the surface proved to be a mistake. But you look worse than I do. I am simply further along. My continued exposure to the guests have accelerated the process. Continued exposure? Your bloody escapade today, it may prove to have a similar effect on you. Oh God. It looks bad. What's it like when it gets that bad? I shall not lie to you. Elaine, do you remember when your family asked me to pay your medical fees? Yeah, they're holding you accountable since I was injured in your park. But you never paid them. My lawyer is trying to take you to court over it. Yes, this was a deliberate decision on my part. Knowing the nature of your illness, I knew there could be no cure found at the hospital. Wait. But there is a cure. I made one. You... how? I had to reverse engineer it. Oh, that's what that thing was. I've been studying the highly infectious bacteria on the dead bodies of the guests. New kinds of bacteria that nobody knows about yet. That's been the problem. It's no surprise your doctors are stumped. Those vials from the lab? Yes, you have the cure on your person at this very moment. 5 vials, enough to cure 5 people. How many people are there? Hold on. Crow, Natalie, Julie, Mara, Tolman, Arthur. There's 6. So there's not enough for all 5 of us. Right. I mean, for all 6 of us. There's exactly one person is going to have to sit out. 5. Harrison and Marvin are dead. So that leaves you, me, Natalie, Tolman, Julie, and Arthur. That's 6 people. You didn't make enough vials. You're wrong there. I shall not be taking the cure. You understand where we are right now? You call it the pool? Correct. And protruding from its depths, the 7 roots. What's left of them after years of you cutting them up and harvesting them for gold. Exactly right. Elaine, look at me. Listen. The pool is a gateway. And the guests are human beings who attempted to travel through it and emerged here. Why do they look so... Why are they so messed up? Because I have spent 10 years dismantling the mechanism of that gateway. Oh, crud. So, this thing reached through to open up the gateway, and they've been sitting here chopping it open for a decade. So which is why 60% excavation, when they come through, they're like puddles. Why do people even keep coming through at that point? So they are humans. They're really screwed up humans. Is 2106? Is that like the year they're from? Is it like a time? Is this actually a time travel thing? I don't understand. The pool still works, technically. But thanks to me, it is severely malfunctioning. You see, the roots are a kind of calibration antenna, necessary to accurately and safely transport those who travel through the pool. Mr. Crow, where are they coming from? The guests. What's on the other side of the pool? You understand now how my excavations have been causing the mutations of the guests. Also understand the mutations have been getting worse as I cut down more of the roots. The beings that emerge from the pool now, they barely resemble humans at all. Most of them cannot walk, let alone speak. But that first guest who emerged from the pool all that time ago, he was the least mutated. No. Yes, Elaine, he could speak. Just barely. He told me who he was and why he had come. I wrote it down word for word on a little piece of paper. And then I went back to harvesting the roots. Oh, criminy dude. So he hasn't been sitting here with no knowledge, right? He was fully aware of everything that was happening and why it was happening. No subsequent guests were capable of speech. You may now understand why I am choosing not to take the cure. My time is short. Before I die, I must look upon what I have wrought. You going through the pool? Hold out your hand. What? Take it. Now that it is in your hands, I'm going through the pool. He'll be mutated. It'll kill you. A fitting end. Perhaps if I am lucky, I may get a glimpse of what lies on the other side. I have one more thing to ask of you, Elaine. If, for any reason, I re-emerge from the pool, I want you to kill me. But if I re-emerge, I will be in no shape to continue living. Do you understand? We told Natalie that we wouldn't, but this is such a specific scenario. I do not see a reason. I mean, you could, you know, say, oh, we're committing him to like eternal damnation, right? But like I'm not really. Let's just remove him, I think. Goodbye, Elaine. I raise a glass to your future. Oh, I can't even leave. Oh, nobody's ever come from the other side, huh? Oh, screw you, bud. Ow. And infected? Oh. It's... Shut up. I don't want to know. Yeah, okay. An amazing shot. Staring into the flames, I feel something. It's a curious mixture of hope and dread. Maybe everything will be okay. Maybe it won't. That's a good game. Ooh, vibey music, okay. Oh, poor Natalie. Yeah, at first I was like, oh, are we not gonna get to choose? Like, are we gonna have to choose whether to use a thing on ourselves or not? I mean, yeah, I guess everybody doesn't even really know, like, is this cure gonna work? I loved that. That was great. Oh, gosh. I mean, oh. Results. Oh yeah, tell me. Heals 35, hints spent 2, secrets found all of them, lives used 0. I didn't use any lives? I did die a couple times. Final rank A. Hey, not bad. Did it say something about a crow launcher? Bonus items. Oh. The crowbar and the Cronade launcher. Oh, they did go full Resident Evil. They said, hey, here's some like goodies now. From the in-game pause menu. Crow Quest. Crystal crows are hiding around Crow Country. Can you find them all and shoot them all? Crow Quest can be turned off. Okay. So there's some replayability here. There's some stuff you could do. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I'm assuming it means... Oh, bonus items. Oh, yeah, okay, so break open bottles and crates with ease while in the weapon... Okay, so there was an S rank. Crow ring, what does that mean? What the crow does that mean? I'm assuming... So the less you heal... What was it? The less you heal, the less hints you use. And then how many lives you use. But I guess we didn't use any lives? We did die once, I don't know. This ridiculous weapon launches exploding crow heads. It also has infinite ammo, so don't hold back. Amazing. Whoa. The crowbar now? Now, the crowbar, right? Crowbar is where it's at. I was like, how come we don't have a melee weapon? Incredible. Yeah, saving all those magnum bullet ammo, like all that magnum ammo, that was the way to go for sure. Whoa. And it has infinite ammo. Amazing. I really liked Mara / Elaine. I really liked her deal. I like how she really didn't come back. Like she said, she really didn't come back to yeah, she really hadn't come back. To kill him. She just came back to tell him, hey, I'm going to die. Like, whatever this thing is here, whatever you did to me, I'm going to die from it. Like, there's no hope for me. There's no cure. Dang, what was the... I mean, okay, so my assumption is all of the guests keep sprawling out 2106, right? And the thing keeps the portal open, and destroying it obviously warps them. I'm assuming it means time travel. I'm assuming that like they're coming from the year 2106, It was a thought I had way early on, but I mean, I knew nothing about anything, right? Yeah, my feelings about it, my assumption right now, is that it meant 2106, like the year 2106. It was some form of time travel, some sort of weird like future, like organic technology kind of a deal. I think it's so interesting that the mini bosses are optional. It's so interesting to me. 1 minute. Maybe I like this so much. I look into the flames. I feel as though maybe everything will be alright. Maybe it won't be. Poor Natalie. I do feel bad for her. Because from her perspective, it was like, yeah, my mom dies, and then my dad goes quote-unquote missing, even though I know he's holding himself up in his creepy, freaking weirdo, a freaking, amusement park for whatever reason, right? 40 guides? Wow. 40 guides, 100% S rank, full guide, all achievements, secrets. I want achievements. Show me the achievements. 14 out of 15. I'm assuming the last one reveals the one's unlocked. One hidden achievement remains. I'm assuming that one is like get S rank, right? Because we got one for getting B rank, one for getting A rank. So I'm assuming one is for S rank. I really liked that game. I really liked the way it told its story. I really liked its story once that stuff got revealed and stuff like that. I liked all the characters. There's a lot of like opposing, like a lot of different sides to this conflict. There was some twists. There were some turns. It's very melancholic, you know, like the actual truth of everything. I mean, it's so. And at first, because, you know, I even had that moment where I was like, man, Pike killed himself and said, yo, like, Edward Crowe is a monster. He has sinned, and he's going to pay for it. He's going to pay for his sins. But even at that point, I was like, man, it seems like there was some shady stuff going on. There was, like, some, like, on the business end of things, some not great things going on. Clearly, he's like opened some sort of portal to who knows where, right? But I still getting I still had the vibe of like, but he, I was still feeling like, oh, but he didn't do anything, right? I was like, but he didn't actively do anything, right? But then in the reveal at the end, he's like, yeah. The first guest who ever showed up was able to speak, and Elena was immediately like, "Oh no, like please no." And he's like, "Yeah, he was able to speak, barely, but he was able to speak." And he told me who he was, and he told me where he came from and why. And then I kept excavating, knowing what excavating was going to do to him. He had already pieced it. Edward Crowe was not acting out of ignorance. He knew. He had all the information he needed to know to like make the decision to stop everything, and he didn't. And it's super grim. I'm wondering, like, because at the end there, it doesn't even tell you like what condition you're in. You're just infected. You just have to go off of the color of your heartbeat monitor, right? Like it doesn't matter how much you don't. It doesn't matter how, quote unquote, how much health you have. It's like, no, you are infected. That's the only status you need to understand. Dang. Yeah, it was, It was very grim, and he just like dozens and dozens of people kept flooding through, presumably because the people they keep sending through aren't coming back, and they need to know why, right? Whatever reason, it's fun, and you get to choose whether you take that note at the end, but then you don't get to read it, unless. But oh, actually, you know what? You probably do get to read it. I just didn't go into my inventory and look at it. So actually, hold on a moment. I mean, I respect the heck out of main characters who are like, I don't care, cause he's like, oh, on the other side, I've seen it. It's, and Mara's like, shut up, I don't care. I don't care. And then could you leave him? Could you exit and leave him? I wonder. Let me see something. Tree, final note. Country gives you at the end the note that Crow Country gives you at the end, right? Okay, I didn't even read it. It totally slipped my mind. I was in the zone fighting. Tells you that the year 2106 is uninhabitable desolation. The roots are antenna to teleport people to the past. Yeah, okay. The key was deformed because damaging the roots damaged the teleporter, causing the people to come through to escape calamity to turn into deformed monsters, and then get shot by a 17-year-old girl. I added that last part. Yeah. Oh, this person has an interesting theory. What I want to know is why the future is a desolate wasteland. It'd be really interesting if it was a zombie apocalypse that the survivors were fleeing from, but in an ironic twist of fate, them going back is what kicked off the apocalypse. Yeah, because them going back warps their bodies and then gives them like an infectious disease that causes them to just sort of like lumber around and continue to spread to more people. Again, not in a malicious way, just in a... They have no semblance of self anymore. Alternatively, though, I think it might be climate change. The fairy animatronic in the tree tells you, "Welcome, child. Will you protect our precious natural world?" Yeah. When I first, and obviously, you know, the focus on mining and things like that, and corporate greed and stuff like that, and that leading to potentially, like, almost could have led to an invasion of time travelers that would have infected the world if it had gotten out. Because Crow was even like, I'm surprised that they like let you out of the hospital. And she's like, they didn't let me out of the hospital. They didn't let me out. I escaped to come and find you because I'm going to die. And poor freaking Elaine, when she sees him and she's like, we have the same thing. She's like, you look... like, how is it? He's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's terrible. But protecting the environment didn't directly come up. If you search up, when was climate change first taken seriously? Google will tell you 1988. Wow. It was about the hole in the ozone layer. The note from the future says, 2106 uninhabitable ruin. We come 1988 last chance warn stop change. Okay, so they were coming back not to escape their future. They were coming back to try and change their past, to try and convince the people to... But they're in a self-fulfilling... Oh, wow. Wow. That's interesting. That's super interesting. So basically, they were coming back to warn them about something. It doesn't have to be climate change, you know what I mean? Obviously, I think that is funny that like one of the first things you speak to says, "Will you protect our natural world?" And then obviously like the note referencing like, "Oh, 1988, our last chance. Warn, stop, change," right? They were coming back to warn us to change something we were doing, right? Which, you know, there are many landmark years where climate scientists have said, "Hey guys, if we don't change by this much by this point, this much is going to be irreversible," and then we continue to not change at all. And you know, essentially we're doomed. Like essentially, like yeah, we're pretty much doomed. But you know, it is what it is. Hey, at least if you're alive and hearing this now, you probably won't get the worst of it in your lifetime. You'll get to leave that to your kids. Congratulations. But whatever it was that they were going back to change or warn them to change, right? They were not successful in doing so because Edward Crowe, in the most like disgusting, like fat cat capitalist way, the most fat cat capitalist act imaginable. Listen to that. Some dude, deformed, dying, on his hands and knees, begging him to get this message out, right? Edward Crowe says, "Oh, okay," and then continued to mine for gold, and then continued to harvest the antenna for gold. Just completely ignored the warnings. It's unbelievable. That's such a good, poignant thing, right? That this dude from the future who just one dude came through to warn the people of the past of what was going on in the future. And he failed because the person he happened to fall at the feet of was one of the very people who ensured that the world was going to be doomed. Surely, the exact type of person that he needed to warn the world against. A freaking capitalist. Unbelievable. Specifically, a freaking like nepo baby, a billionaire type person, right? If you like capitalism, hey, good, fine, whatever, right? But like, it's specifically the people who hoard their money like a dragon, and I mean, like literally, they had more gold than they knew what to do with. They had more gold. They literally said they had so much gold. They were pumping out so much gold through this process that it was suspicious. It's crazy. Hey, one sec. Okay. Yeah, that's gosh, dang it, man. That's so good. That's such a good twist. Well, I love that, right? Because you know, at first I'm thinking, I'm like, is this Silent Hill? Is any of this real? Is this like my purgatory? Is it like some cult stuff? Is it Eldritch? Right? You think it's gonna be Eldritch for a while, or you think it's gonna be a trauma-based thing, or you think it's gonna be a metaphor for a trauma thing. But no, ooh, boom, twist. It was climate change the whole time. It always gets you when you least expect it. That's such an interesting, again, it doesn't have to be climate change. The important part was that the people in 1988 needed to start to change something about their lifestyle, and they failed to do so because of some freaking rich kid. How aggravating. And then in the end of it all, it's like he made the cure, right? Here's the thing, it seemed like the antennas did retract. Probably because the people who were there probably didn't expect to Oh, well, no, he probably went through, and he was probably turned into a huge, awful monster, right? Gosh, also, I can't get over that last shot. That last shot is immaculate. Everybody's sitting there with their antidotes, just chilling by a fire, which is, with the fires is what you... Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. No, dude, it totally is climate change. When we walked back into the one part in the spooky town, in the like haunted hollow or whatever, we walked back into that one building that had the globe in it, with all the bookshelves and the piano and stuff like that. The globe was literally on fire, and when you examine it, Mara's like, huh, that's weird, somebody must have come and done this. It's like, dude, it was probably one of the monsters, because they can't communicate. Oh my gosh, a bunch of people from the future shambling, trying to get to the past to communicate, get turned into monsters that are unable to communicate. So they're desperately trying to... They're putting the year down everywhere, they put warning signs down everywhere. They literally light a globe on fire. Dude, that's crazy. It totally is. Holy crud. That really blew it wide open. I wouldn't have considered that if I hadn't read that dude talking about the note. That was in a Steam comment on the game, I think. The Steam discussion. Crud, man. Shoot. Well, there you go. I mean, that kind of solidifies it a lot more in my mind. I think that's where my mind's going. Here's the thing: if you're like blah blah, who cares about climate change? Blah blah. It's like, okay, first off, get it together. But also, you don't have to care about climate change for this to be like, for like the story to be extremely effective, right? Because at its core, the series of events are amazing, right? Regardless of what it's about or what specific tragedy or apocalypse people in 2106 were facing, right? That's super interesting. Super freaking interesting. Dang. That is wild. I like this game. This game's cool. This game's really sick. Yeah, I just love the twist being that, like, no, it's some, like, it was sci-fi the whole time. It's some, like, twisted, like, dark sci-fi. Of, like, people from the future are coming to the past and, like, becoming essentially zombies, right? Like, horrifying, like, Silent Hill monsters. That's super good. I love how, like, the sort of, like, brief explanations behind everything too, like the tall spindly mannequin guys. That's when I was like, this is for sure a Silent Hill situation, right? Where this is like some sort of like mystical purgatory. But no, like there was a more scientific explanation behind it. The bones, all the meat and skin has basically disappeared, and the bones keep growing and elongating, but they're brittle now, right? So they're essentially like these like paper thin bony mannequins. And the reverse of that, the big ogre looking dudes, was just that, like, it was the inverse of that. No bones, all meat. And it's like, oh gosh, all meat and muscle. It's like, oh jeez. Awful to think about. Truly awful to think about. And that did make sense why, like, a majority of the monsters were, like, majority of the guests were just, like, people. Like, they did just seem like people. Wow. That's great. I like that. It's almost like, oh man, it's funny because it's almost like, it almost kind of feels like, well, like what? It was time travel the whole time? Out of all the things it could have been, but like there's almost a, the simplicity of like, the simplicity behind the reason they were coming to our time, right? I kind of love the simplicity of that. It's so kind of just sad and melancholic and mundane. It's like the mundanity of it I almost kind of love, right? There was never a huge big conspiracy. It's not ghouls. It's not Cthulhu. It's not purgatory. It's not any of these huge big concepts or ideas to wrap your head around. It's like, no, it's a very simple reason why this happened. And what I think what's the craziest thing, obviously, is that like, yeah, the people kept coming through the portal, because that was my question, right? It's like, well, why do people keep coming through the portal? Well, no, they didn't. At first, it just sent one guy, but then they're sitting there, and they're noticing that nothing's changing, and so there's this whole like weird like self-fulfillment thing going on, right? Where like you can't change your present or your future because you're already living it, right? If you had gone, it's one of those things where it's like, well, hold on, if you had gone to the past, then you would remember that happening. There would be history about that happening. There would be news reports about the day that people from 2106 came to 1988, right? That would all be like well known and documented. Oh, but it wasn't documented? Something must have gone wrong. And yeah, something did go wrong. You basically, something did go wrong. You fell at the feet of at an oil baron's son. Essentially, freaking Daniel Day-Lewis from freaking There Will Be Blood. You accidentally showed up at that guy's feet. Oops, sorry. Oh man, how grim. Gosh, I love that though. That was great. Here's the thing. After the first episode I played this, right? For a couple hours, I was like feeling it. I was vibing with it. I liked it. I liked how like nice the controls felt, how snappy everything felt. I liked the like puzzle solving and stuff like that. But I was kind of like, I was kind of like, man, I don't know, like, the one thing I'm not sure about is like storytelling, because the storytelling was so light and loose for like a majority of the game. But like once you meet more of the characters, once you have more conversations, once you find more notes and newspaper clippings and news reports and things like that, you start piecing it together. The moment when I realized, I was like, yo, because at first I was like, oh, maybe we're Elaine. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. I don't really see it. But the moment I started piecing it together, like I actually had like evidence for it. Everything sort of like broke wide open, because then it's like, okay, hold on, we're not only not a cop, we are some 17-year-old girl who showed up here who showed up to the place where she got hurt with a gun, which is clearly why everybody who sees you is like, you're gonna go kill him. Oh, I can see it in your face. And she was really not going to do that. She was standing in front of him with a gun, and she was not opening fire like on sight. Now, of course, it had to happen anyways. Essentially, I don't know if there's an alternate ending where you like spare him, you keep him alive down there. I don't see a reason to do that. It's one of those things where it's like, his life is already gone. He is terminally ill. He has insured the destruction of he has insured the future's destruction. For greed. He has insured the future's destruction for wealth that he cannot even use. It got to a point where he had so much wealth that he couldn't even make use of it, because it was too suspicious, right? He didn't even get to use all this money. The whole thing fell through. The theme park fell through. The land fell through. Everything just dissolved in front of him. And so it was like, what was it all for? Literally nothing. It's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm very much a put someone out of their misery kind of a thing. Not like assisted suicide kind of a deal, you know what I mean? But like, I'm very much like, if somebody is sitting there just suffering, and they're like, hey, please, I would like to not be suffering anymore, you know, it's like, and there's like no way out in the moment, you know, I'm talking the kind of scenarios that would only happen in a story, right? Like that doesn't happen in real life. You're not constantly in a scenario where somebody's like, please just kill me, I'm gonna get mauled by zombies. It's like, well, okay, that's not happening every day, right? Well, you know what? Hey, that was Crow Country. One little side game checked off. which would be a perfect opportunity to make the other side game some Hades, moving forward. Still got Animal Well though, so stay tuned for that, and during the week, stay tuned for some Paper Mario for now. But for now, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things in the future. Episodes of this just about every single day. Links in the description of things that I am doing, have been doing, and will be doing in the future. Also, me and my friend are making a game. Any and all support towards that would be much appreciated. You can support us by supporting anything on this channel, supporting the devlog stream, and most of all, supporting Patreon with that. Until next time, don't forget to be kind, and I'll see you around. Peace. Yo, real talk though, I need more of this vibe. I need more of this vibe bad. I mean, I can play some old games, but I don't know. I just like this PS2 era kind of a feel, you know? Ooh, it's good. It's real good. I say PS2. I guess it's more PS1, huh? But still. PS1, PS2, kind of a similar vibe, like offshoot games, lesser known ones, you know. Maybe the future is ripe with possibilities.